We're here at Western Skies RV in Reno to pick up our new Tab 2021 Tab Boondock trailer. Should be fun.
Okay. This red lever here is a bypass for the hot water heater. So if it's in normal operation, there is water flowing to the hot water heater. If I flip it up this way, there is no water going to the hot water heater whatsoever. All right, it bypasses it completely. So we're gonna rotate that down. So if you go with the picture coordination here, you're only gonna really use 3 of them, okay? You're gonna use, where's it at? Tank fill, and dry camp, and city. City water is basically if you go to a campsite with full hookups, okay, you got water, electricity, all that. You would just plug that garden spigot in right here with that pressure regulator, and as you guys use water, it puts water, all right? If you guys are using dry camping, right, you're gonna fill your freshwater tank right here. Just turn the knobs accordingly. And then in order for your water pump to actually work, you need to rotate the valves to dry camp so you can actually use your freshwater tank.
So right now it's in dry camp.
Yes, because we did fill your fresh tank, and I want to show you your water system does work.
Okay.
All right. I do have your pump on and your hot water heater on. Okay. It does work. You just pull on that valve. Okay, it does work. Right. Okay, both of these turn left to open, right to close.
Okay.
This red valve here and this blue valve on this side, those are your low point drains. Okay. Okay. That's all the hot water and cold water in the lines. So if you open those up to winterize, it'll actually gravity feed all the water in. Okay.
And this is just the place where you stick your hose up in to connect it when you're on city water or something?
Right. And so this one here is only for winterization, this one.
Okay.
So all your water fill, your city water is going to be hooked up to this one here.
Okay.
All right. Right here, if you guys get a barbecue, a portable barbecue, okay, this is where you would hook it up. This is just a auxiliary propane line here.
Okay.
Just know the valve has to be off in order for you to plug in and unplug. All right. So you're gonna see I can't open that valve, right?
Yeah.
If I close it, I can actually open that valve.
Okay.
All right. And I would highly recommend getting a drill with a 3/4 or a 19. Put it on there, that way you're not out here hand cranking them. All right, just put these down to stabilize. It keeps it from rocking. Those are not meant to be used for trying to change a tire, stuff like that. Okay, this is just meant to keep it so when you get that 40-mile-an-hour gust of wind, it's not rocking the trailer. Okay, this is just to stabilize. It'll lift a little bit, probably about 1 inch, but don't go any more than that, all right? As soon as you see the trailer lift a little bit, you're stable, okay? And I would put these down. I would really put these down if you're not leaving it hooked up to the truck.
This little vent over here is for the heater?
Yes. This one right here is for your hot water heater.
Hot water heater, okay.
And I believe you got one. This one here is only for that table inside, so you guys do have the option to put it out here if you wanted to, right? The only, or 3, sorry, that you need to be plugged into a generator or some type of power source is your 110 outlets, your AC, it's like a fan AC, and your microwave. Okay, those are the 3 things you need to be plugged in for. If you try to run them, it's not going to work. Okay. That little black box with the green light on, that is your carbon monoxide and propane detector. Okay. That will also chirp at you if your batteries are getting low. That white outlet there is your main GFI, okay? If you guys are plugged into a generator or some type of power source, and let's say your blender's not working, double check that, okay? That black box between your legs there, that is your power converter and fuse panel, okay? Just tap it. That's got all your circuit breakers and fuses in there, okay? If something's messed up, not working, double check that. Your fridge is 12 volt, right? I already had it on. If you want to shove your hand in there.
12 volts only,
okay,
not propane.
All right.
It's not propane?
No. This runs off the battery. That's also why they put the solar panel up there, is to help maintain those batteries for the fridge. All right. It is cold. If you guys wanted to double check it, it is cold. Just please lift up on this before trying to open this. This is the important part. So you got your water pump. When it's on, this red light right here will light up. Okay. You can also turn your water pump on from outside in that box where you hook up all the water. Just turn it on in here. That way you're not reversing the switches. If you tap these buttons up here, it'll tell you exactly what the levels are. So your batteries are full, your fresh is full. This NA, don't even worry about that. It's nothing. Your gray is your sinks and your shower. Alright? Monitor those. As you guys use water, your fresh tank will start going down, but it's going to your gray. So just make sure you don't overfill that. Already have your water pump on. Okay, when you hear that pump cycling, okay, it's putting water. If you ever hear that pump cycle and nothing's on, you have a water leak somewhere. See how it shut off? Okay, just pressurize the system. For whatever reason, if you hear that thing on, double check that shower and make sure it's not on. Double check your sinks and your shower. You see this black clip here? This is for the stovetop. I know it's not the best design, but it helps. So please put this up when cooking. You can't cook with the glass down. Yeah. And make sure it's down when you guys are traveling. All right. Just make sure it's up when you're cooking, down when you're traveling. All right. So with this, push in and hold down on light. If you guys have been cooking on this for a long time, just leave that glass up for a while. That way it doesn't come down and hit that and shatter. All right. Other than that, guys, these black vents here, all around, are for the heater and that cooling.
So how do you turn the heater on and off?
So it's right up there. You see where it says Aldi? Okay. You hit the power button. The light on the power button will go green.
Yeah, it's green right now.
It'll turn on the whole system. All right. I'm just gonna squeeze right here. Okay. I think it's on. Okay. Yeah. So this little flame right here is for propane. I think this is a lightning bolt here. Yeah. That is for electricity. Okay, 2 kilowatts is the most this thing can put out. So if I tap minus, it'll go to 1 kilowatt. If I tap it again, it'll shut it off. Okay.
And if you hit the flame, it'll turn it on
swap
propane.
to propane. All right.
Okay.
You see how the shower's all the way up?
Yeah.
It's because I had your hot water heater on. I'm gonna turn that back on, and that's how you would know that your system is working for the hot water heater.
Okay.
Okay. So this blue button here is what powers your whole toilet. All right. Green means it's empty. You'll go amber and then red. Okay.
Okay.
Red is full. You hold it, it'll fill. Always leave about that much in there. It just keeps the gases from coming up through the toilet. All right. If you're gonna go number 1, you don't have to fill it. If you're gonna go number 2, please fill this thing about maybe half the bowl. You just want more water than waste when you go to flush this thing. Also, with that being said, when you guys go to dump that cassette, the more water you have than waste, the easier it is to drain it. Your sink. This is also your shower head. Right?
Right.
It is in there pretty good. Alright? It's got that rubber seal. Don't be afraid to pull on it. You lift up on it, it turns it on. Okay? You could also put it up here. You got 2 modes, the shower head and then the sink.
Okay.
All right? This does open and close, so don't force it. Okay. If it doesn't move freely, don't force it. Oh, I think it's underneath this cushion, I believe. Yep. Everything is underneath that cushion from the last customer. You got your whole sewer kit, your camping kit, everything. The purple bag is your air freshener for your toilet, and it's also a chemical that helps break down the waste in the toilet. Okay.
Okay.
It's kind of like a Tide Pod. All right. When you put water on it, it breaks it open. Rotate this. So sometimes you get lucky when you pull on this, but this usually gets in the way. You just pull on it, you'll hear it clack. And that's how that would drop.
Okay.
So you see how this is in the way? Just pull it out of the way, it makes it 10 times easier. There's a handle here, it'll help. And that's how you would drop it into a bed.
Okay.
Right. This, I don't know where you would put it, but I usually see customers put this on the outside. And then both of these will pull flush. And then these two, this is one couch itself, or one cushion. Mm-hmm. It folds over, slides into a bed. All right. Okay. I know that this locks there, and there is room behind there. Don't store anything behind there. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people break the water pump, break the lines. Don't do it. You could store on this side, not that side. So if you're gonna do it, you could store behind there. That's just your hot water heater and your AC unit. It's all enclosed. You could store behind there, just don't do it behind this one.
Okay.
Please. Here we go. You have the screen, they just latch like that, and they can move in sync or independently. Okay, I can't tell you how many times I get this question. Okay. People say they always get a breeze or a whistling sound when they're camping.
Uh-oh.
Okay, that is not closed. That is vented, as you can tell. My hand goes through it.
Yeah.
It's vented. You have to pull this thing all the way back in order for it to seal. As you can tell, it's sealed now. That is not sealed. If it's in the middle, it's not sealed. All the way back, it's sealed. All right, you'll also hear it. Your radio with your TV. If you get the HDMI, you plug the TV into the radio. You can play the movie or whatever you guys are watching through the radio. It is Bluetooth, the whole 9 yards. You got 2 zones, Zone A and Zone B. What the hell is this? Okay, Zone A is the back speakers, and then B would be, oh, they don't, do you have one up there? Nope. Oh, okay. So some of the units, they do come with it, where they have that sound bar right underneath that cabinet there.
Okay.
This one doesn't have it. So you got Zone A, which is just these 2, right? It is Bluetooth, the whole 9 yards. You can also plug the HDMI in here if you wanted to watch movies or TV, whatever, through the radio. Other than that, that's about everything besides the AC, and I'll show you that working. I'm just gonna turn this thing way down. 61 is the lowest it'll go. You'll see a little hazard button here. You click that, and it's the fan speed.
Okay.
Okay, it will kick on, and it takes about 45 seconds to shut off. Where are you at? That little teardrop or raindrop is propane. Okay, it's running on propane. You heard it? That little cycle, it just fired off of propane.
The AC runs on propane?
Yes, it can. But you also need to be plugged in order for it to do it. Or you could run that little snowflake there is the actual AC compressor running on electricity. Okay, it's not on that little raindrop. It's not on propane. It's on electricity. So if you guys wanted to use propane, you could, but have to be plugged in for it to work. Because this whole thing, you see how all these buttons here are lit up? They won't be lit up unless if you're not plugged in, they won't even be on. So you'll be over there trying to hit the button, and it's not gonna work. You could also run just the fan on this, but of course, have to be plugged in for the fan, unfortunately. Your max airflow, this one, you can either go out or in. You just turn it to your speed, but it has to be open in order for it to be powered on. Okay. This is the lid. The line is the lid. Arrow going down is blowing in. Arrow pushing towards the lid is out.
Okay.
These lights are push button, or this one is. This one is a 2-stage light. Blue. If I just tap it once, it goes blue. Tap it again, it's off. If I hold it for 3 seconds, it's white. So you can go from blue, hold it 3 seconds to white. All right. Those locks there, they are push button on all your cabinets. So if you just push it in, it unlocks it, and then you pull it out.
Okay, we're all hooked up and ready to take off on our first trip. Okay, we're on the road with the tab. Just going by Pyramid Lake. Kind of see it in my mirror there. But woohoo! Due to forest fires, the highway was closed, so we decided to go on the other way past Pyramid Lake. But turns out it's a gravel road with a lot of ruts. So we're putting the trailer through the paces. A lot of cars on this road. Oops, I gotta go way back to get the whole thing. There we go. There it is, getting all dusty. But it's beautiful out here. So we're back from our trip, and here's our thought. I'm not going to show them the big pile. Oh. Here's our thoughts on the camper for the first trip that we had.
Well, it says that it's off-roading, and we did take it on a dirt road for 40 miles on accident.
Yeah.
And the microwave door came open, and the glass plate fell out, and then the microwave door closed again.
Luckily, we had soft stuff that caught the plate, so it didn't break, but it popped out of there.
We planned on the bed not being as comfortable as our home bed, so we brought a 2-inch memory foam pad to go on it, and that was not enough. You still sank down and felt the board under it.
So we bought a 4-inch pad,
foam pad,
and along with the 2-inch, and that was too squishy, so we got a 1-inch, a regular egg crate, and that was pretty good like that.
Yeah.
But the cushions are really hard, and when you put weight on them, it like...
You just go straight to the wood.
Yeah, so it doesn't cushion you like
with
it should.
How it is now with the 4-inch and that, I still feel the wood underneath, but not enough that I don't sleep, so I still slept okay.
So it was nice that they had they have a 12-volt outlet back there, because we could put a little inverter in and run the CPAP during the night. That runs on 112 volts, 110 volts. So we're gonna put an inverter down here so that we have full power all the time, because that's kind of silly to have a Boondock system that doesn't have 110 volts, so you can't run the AC and stuff.
And we did run the AC when we were plugged in, and there must be something wrong with the thermometer, because it thought that
That's
it
over
was
here.
really cool in here and didn't turn on, and we were really hot and sweating.
So the AC unit's back there underneath the bed, so we don't know if it... So I would have thought that the thermostat was what tracked the temperature, but it seems like maybe something underneath all that did, and it wasn't getting good airflow with the bed down or something.
So then we opened that vent, which works really well, and cracked a window. As long as you're not next to a truck that's running, because then it just sucks exhaust into here and it smells bad.
Yeah.
But it kept it cool.
Right after we left, the pump turns on but never turns off, so I gotta take it back in to have them look at that. Sounds like it's doing stuff. It has pressure, but it never shuts off properly like it should. I tried tightening the screen filter and the hose is going to the pump, but that didn't seem to work. Oh, let's see. It's got some water in there. Oh, look at that, it turned off.
But about 2 hours after we got it, it lost pressure and didn't work like it was supposed to.
So maybe it was just because that little filter right there was not all the way tight. It was twisted down, and so I had to twist it clockwise to get it to tighten up, and along with the little white thing little fitting next to it. So maybe that's all that was having issues with. And then the hot water heater seemed to work well. We didn't try the microwave. The radio, I think, works properly. It's got a HDMI cord going from the back of the TV, so I'm assuming that goes to the back of the radio. We did hook it up to Bluetooth, and that worked.
Yeah, that works really good. It'll be nice for playing my white noise at night.
The ceiling could be a little bit taller because I can't stand up all the way, and then
And you're 5'11".
I'm 5'11", and then the bathroom floor is raised, so standing in here is even more enjoyable. So taking a shower, since the shower head goes up here at the back of the thing, you have to sit down to take a shower. What I don't find very exciting is when you sit on the toilet seat. See if I can. It flexes. So you sit down and it goes like that, and you stand up and it goes like that. It just seems like over time it's gonna break.
And it smells bad, pretty fast.
Yeah, the toilet likes to make a smell in here all the time. Oh.
But overall, we're pretty happy with it. We like the size, we like the weight. Once we figure out the bed and how to make it. I mean, mostly we've got the bed figured out. I want to put yoga mats under it, see if that helps. The fridge worked great. The freezer worked good, kept the ice cold. We did not cook anything. It was a busy trip. I
Yeah.
kept it open so it doesn't get stinky in there.
Yeah, it would be nice if the fridge had a propane option instead of
Just
only
yeah.
electric, but that's okay.
As long as
We have the solar panel, so that should help. These little cupboards up here are really tiny, but they're
really tiny.
they're nice to have some space until you go to close it. and then right in front of your face it makes that nice noise. They should have
Freakishly loud.
put some little rubber bumpers on here so that it catches it a little better than that.
So we'll be adding those.
But the blinds and screens worked really nicely for when you open the windows up. It
Yeah.
lets you have the screen open, so when you're not in Nevada, those mosquitoes don't get in. When you're in Nevada, those mosquitoes don't get in, even if you leave it open.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice. It has a screen door here also. I don't know if that's standard on all of them or if it's an add-on to this one. It seems like an add-on because it's pushed out away from the wall here, and then when you open the fridge catches on it, so you can't open the fridge all the way. So I think it's an additional option. Strudel likes it.
Yeah, she does.
So that's some of our thoughts.
After our first 4 days using it.
It's got a nice garbage can here, but it doesn't hold much, but that keeps you from having to have a garbage can taking up space on the floor, so that's nice. And then it's kind of cool, it's got a little step light down here, so when you close the step or open it, that little light comes on.
Did you turn off the light inside?
I didn't turn on, oh, no, I didn't.
turned it on because you were filming.
Those little LED lights are kind of nice too. And there's one up here for the sink area. It's kind of nice being able to bring the table out here so we could leave the bed set up in there and have the table out here.
Because there's no place to put the table inside when you have the bed set up.
Yeah, it just sits there. I think if we go off-roading, having the back come up in the teardrop shape will be nice for entry or departure angles. And it's kind of got independent torsion suspension, so that's nice, so that it doesn't have a solid axle going across. It's impossible to open this cupboard with one hand to get the cartridge out, and it looks like there's a little bit of a water drip there from the sink that doesn't seal all the way.
Maybe that's where the leak is. Maybe there's a leak.
Oh, it turned off this time, so I think it was just that tube was loose. So it's a pretty good trailer. It's small, and we need to work on getting used to it and figuring out how to camp in it properly. Is that what you were gonna say?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
it's all good.
Got lots of smoke in the air. But yeah, we're gonna have fun with it, I think.
Yeah, we'll take it on a short camping trip and pull it behind my little car and see how it does. It did. You couldn't even feel it behind the
It's
car.
a 2020 Escape Hybrid, so it's pushing the weight limit, but I think it'll be fine. There you go. Now you know.